This year's SLE's conference was all about maximising the margins, whether that was maximising your profit margins or maximising the productivity of Scotland's marginal land. And let's be honest, there's marginal land from the south of Scotland right up into the islands. We've got a real challenge in terms of future land use in Scotland. The main takeaway from today for delegates was to go home and have a look at how they do things. It's all very well waiting for government policy, national frameworks, but it's really about considering what you can do to change at home yourself.
At the moment and historically we have sort of single use is not the right word, but a single focus for particular for particular businesses. So it's farming, it's forestry, it's game management, it's conservation, etc., etc., etc. What I'm keen to stimulate is thinking about how you can actually bring more integrated land management onto an individual business in order to actually improve and increase the range of different income sources available in any one year on that business, but also improve the resilience of that business to things like a beast from the east, climate change driven type thing, things like a change in a market, a drop in a market prices for a particular product, and increasing resilience to changes in public sector funding and subsidies going forward. The more different options you actually have at an individual business level, the more you're able to sort of ride out those changes as they go forward.
I often come here looking for insight to diversified ways to operate. We're a traditional rural estate, but at the same time we are increasingly focused on diversified revenue streams that allow us to get away from just pure focus and reliance on farming. The conference always throws up interesting ideas that we kind of take away and we think, could we use that in some way back on the home turf? Today's conference actually more than ever has kind of demonstrated some of those interesting practices that people are engaged in now, and I really find that's the sort of most useful bit of the conference. And I think what's useful from the landowner's point of view these days is actually having some insight to decision making actually at cabinet level as well within Scottish Parliament. And I find the SLE conferences, particularly the Spring conference, is a really useful place to find out what the views are of these types of people. So we're really interested in the sort of general opinions and how to take away something from the day that helps us to then construct our thinking back at home.
I run a PR business that's purely focused on rural, so it's really interesting for me to come and listen to all the debate, meet all the other faces that are here, and I also live and run on a working farm myself. My husband runs it and we live there, so it's useful just to pick up tips and kind of see what's happening within the political landscape and various other things. I love the fact that there are exhibitors here, some of whom are really relevant to me and to what I'm doing, so I've been round and had a bit of a chat with them, and also meeting other attendees as well. I don't know that many people, but it's a good opportunity just to meet some new faces and see some old ones as well.
Yeah, GB Technologies are here today. We've been members for a number of years now, and we've never actually been proactive in coming to the event. So this year we've decided to change things and attend it, and we're delighted to have come along, really to meet other members and land estate owners, and also the other suppliers that are here as well, just to see if there's any synergies between us all.
So I would certainly suggest that for professionals or clients that are looking to be involved in the rural space or indeed the land estate sector, it's a fantastic opportunity to showcase what you do with the clients in front of you for pretty much a whole day. You've got a lot of time to speak to them and show them what you do.
The reason that members and exhibitors and indeed policymakers, people from other organisations should attend Scottish Land Estates Conference is because this is where the fresh thinking happens. You've got people who are willing to sort of say, what do we need to do to change? How can we change the way that we do things? I think David often sort of says, IBEAM is no longer an option in Scotland. This is the conference which explores what we can do to make Scotland thrive.